219-845-1100. Speaking of Hessville in his blood, he's not from Hammond. He's from Hessville, but he lives in Highland, so he's DFHH. What's up, man?
My blood runs Governor Gray. There's no doubt about it. Frank, you have a program that it's just not a handout program. You make people work, and you make people try to be gainfully employed, and then you still assist them, and you basically give them just a leg up. But can you talk about? And I'd like to please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a program that you help people that help themselves. You're just not a handout. You want them to get a job. They have to get a job, and then you help them along the way. And if you spoke, that program sounds so common sense, and I know that's not used so much today in Lake County. But that program, that work program that you have you spoken to on occasions to our state senator and our representatives that maybe this could be a statewide type of program? Is that something that's realistically could be implemented, that matching funds, maybe somebody's on welfare or on stamps right now and assistance, and if you get them a job, that maybe you'll match the funds or help them along the way?
Obviously, I'm close to my father, and we have talked about it, and he is aware of how we do things, and all the 11 township trustees within Lake County are trying. Last year, we put everybody on the same page. That workfare idea is always been there. And to elaborate, if someone receives assistance from us, for example, if they do not have the ability to pay their utility bill, and we pay before they're shut off, say $200, and to make this math very simple, then they have to pay $10, or they have to work off 20 hours at $10 an hour. So, for example, Oak Hill Cemetery. People want to know where, in our very limited resources world of government with the tax caps and the levy freeze, how are you going to be able to afford that? Well, what I did when we came into office is the Hess Cemetery was taken care of by workfare people. We eliminated contracts of people cutting grass and plowing snow, and we send workfare over there. Something I'm very proud of right now, we're also working on a beautification project in the city of East Chicago in the Harbor District, with Councilwoman Gilda Orange and also Mayor Copeland and the Streets and Sanitation Department. Our workfare 2 days a week for 4 hours are in the streets cleaning up garbage. And what we have noticed is that as we're doing that, community members are coming out and keeping better maintenance of their neighborhood. So we utilize workfare. If someone comes in for assistance and it goes unnoticed, people, not only are they at Wicker Park cutting grass and working on the upkeep, not only are at the 2 cemeteries, they also go to different government agencies, the Recycling Center in Hammond, the Gene Shepherd Center in Hammond.
I have to tell you, Frank, it is such a fantastic program, and it's a win-win.
Right.
I just don't know why this is something that can't be infectious and spread throughout the other counties in the state, and, I mean, God forbid, the country, that we actually have people helping themselves and working for what they receive. I mean, to me, it's such a no-brainer and a win-win. I mean, I'd love to see this on a state level.
Hey, you sound like an idealist.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
That's my Achilles heel.
Hey, no, it's a good point, and let him address it. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
And not only is it good for the taxpayers, but here's the side of it that is a realistic side. If people don't fulfill their workfare hours, they're not able to get assistance from us, and we hold true to that. So if you owe us 20 hours and you don't fulfill it, then you're not going to get assistance ever again. So people have to fulfill that. And what I've noticed, and it's a discovery that everyone knows, but when someone has a task, completes the tasks, is completed or is complimented on the job and goes home, regardless if they're not getting paid for it, it builds self-esteem. I have two women at Wicker Park that are in charge of the corner that receive work, get workfare from us, or workfare people.
The corner?
Indianapolis and Ridge.
Oh, you mean they took care of the foliage? And
right. So last year they came and they received assistance and they worked it off, but they took care of it. The plants, the planters, everything there.
It's beautiful.
And they take great pride in that. Great pride. And when I see them, they're like, "Hey, Mr. Mrvan, did you see the corner?" And that having someone do the simplistic things of waking up, being on time, get to work, complete a job, and get back is actually training. And we are very proud of the fact that we do that, and we will continue to do that.
You know what? I never thought about that, but when I'm talking about when it's really nice out and I say there's going to be a 4-stroller backup at the corner of Indianapolis and Ridge,
Correct?
it's right where they do their work.
That is correct.
So it's really kind of a pretty place to have a 4-stroller backup, don't you think?
It is. They do a very good job there.
219-845. It's also right where the
memorial.
what is the Soldiers Memorial, the eternally burning flame or whatever you have
That
there?
is correct.
What does that memorialize?
It's an eternal flame for the unknown soldiers, for the soldiers who have perished. I would imagine that has been there for about 20 to 30 years, and it replaced the cross. If everyone to go into that controversy, or someone sued that there shouldn't be a cross there. So when the cross was taken down, it was replaced by the memorial.
Was there ever a tank there?
There was a tank there. The previous administration had bought, because the park is dedicated to soldiers and people who have given their lives. People from the National Guard or from somewhere donated, and this is secondhand information, donated a lot of different equipment, and a tank was one of them.
Hearsay.
Hearsay. What did I say?
Secondhand information. That's hearsay.
What's the definition of hearsay?
You heard somebody else say it.
Thanks for correcting me.
I'm not correcting you. I'm just trying to figure out what that would be called. And
Hearsay.
I think it's hearsay. You know, I just had Gladys in here. What do you think?
Yeah.
And Mars Gonzalez calling in. Did you hear him call in?
I did hear him calling.
Was that crazy? I'm like, don't you argue in front of these people?
It's America.
You know what he said? He goes, well, I didn't want to write him a letter because I didn't want to give him any bulletin board material. He's basically saying none of them are listening to your show, so what's the difference, right?
I had that same, well, yeah. I think somehow, some way people find out.